Hey guys, I want to talk to you today about a different video of what happened, what transpired with me at my workplace at the time I had my stroke. Okay, so again, my name is Cheryl Harris. I'm with Cheryl Harris Enterprises, also known as She Knows. I'm still a wellness, fitness, and lifestyle expert. I'm just now gearing all my training, all my tips, and all my suggestions and all my videos towards stroke survivors. Okay. So let me tell you what happened. Try to make a long story short. So the day I got up to go to work, I was feeling really fatigued. I was scheduled to be at work at 7 a.m. I didn't wake up till noon. I was really tired. For some reason, I was more fatigued than any other day. Because I'm not really a morning person, but I get up in the morning because if I have to, I have to. But my time to be at work was 7 a.m. So I got up to get ready for work, and I noticed I was slow motion and moving, really slow motion. I couldn't hold my phone. I couldn't hold my keys in my hand. Every time I tried to put when you have leggings on, if you have leggings on, I have the leggings with the pockets. And my job was very casual. Very casual, so I can wear my gym clothes if I wanted to, which were pretty much like luxury leggings. They weren't like Walmart leggings. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but just letting you know the quality of clothes that I like to wear, because I'm a person that loves to be in the gym. So I have good quality clothing. Well, at this time, I had to take an Uber to work that day, which is only 20 minutes away. It wasn't that bad. And as I'm waiting on the Uber, the Uber finally gets here, and I get ready to go downstairs because I'm on the second floor. I get ready to go downstairs, and I grab my phone and I grab my keys. And just so that I won't go looking for when I get to work, I usually carry a backpack. Well, instead of putting it in my backpack, I tried to put it in a legging pocket, my phone and my keys. And I noticed that I kept dropping my phone. Every time I tried to put it in with my left hand, it kept sliding off. It just kept sliding out the pocket. I couldn't seem to connect it with the hole in my legging. And then I grabbed my keys. I said, "Oh, I hope this Uber doesn't leave me," because I was really taking a very long time to get ready to go downstairs. So I tried to put my keys in my pocket, and I dropped my keys. I just kept dropping my keys. Well, I don't have to lock my door with my keys. We have what is called, it's an electronic lock, with the keypad that you digitally put in the code. You can lock it and unlock it. Well, as I get downstairs, I was able to walk downstairs fine. I wasn't dizzy or anything, but I noticed my left arm was very heavy. It was heavy and it was numb. That's what I felt that morning. So I'm telling you, this whole process, I was really blessed that nothing happened more than what happened. So when I get in the Uber that I get in just so happens to be a nurse that's doing Ubering on the side. So she was, always making small talk. And I was telling her, I said, I was really having trouble just grabbing things and picking up things and trying to put it in my pocket, and it just kept slipping out of my hand. And I was really fatigued this morning. She just happens to be a nurse. And she said, "You really should go to urgent care and get that looked at, because you never know what that could be." She said, "You have any tingling in your arm?" I said, "No, I have no tingling. I just have numbness. It's real heavy." She says, "I'm not diagnosing anything, but it sounds like you're having a stroke." I was like, "Really?" I said, in my mind, not me, not Miss Health and Fitness. I know I'm not having no stroke. So at any rate, when I get to work, the door attendant that normally guides the door, they normally open the door for people to come in and out the building. The door attendant saw me because she knows I'm normally chipper. I'm always speaking, and so are they. I walk in and she says, "You okay?" She said, "You don't look too well. You look really tired. You need to get some rest." I said, I said, "Okay." I felt tired this morning when I got into work. So I'm on my way upstairs to my job. And as I walk in, I scan in. My desk is right at the door in the corner. So as I scan in, I put everything down to get ready to sign in. And I walk over to my boss to let him know, because I didn't get to work till after 12 o'clock, almost 1 o'clock. I was supposed to be there at 7. I didn't get to work till almost 12 or 1 o'clock. So I walk over to my boss to let him know I'm here. So I see my boss and I see one of my coworkers. And they normally address me as, any of the youngins that are younger than me, they normally address me as Mama, like Mama Cheryl. He walks up to me, he says, Mama Cheryl, you okay? You don't look too hot. You look really tired. You okay? My boss looks at me, he says, Cheryl, you really don't look good. You need to go to urgent care. So as he said that, I goes back to my desk. And as I go back to my desk, I actually was on the phone with one of my friends that's in Texas. And I was telling her some of the symptoms that I was having. As she's looking it up, I'm looking it up. So we go to no place other than Dr. Google. You know, everybody goes to Google, look up everything. So we both looking it up, and I'm saying the symptoms that I'm having is in my left arm, and it's numbness. I don't have any tingling in my arm. It's just heavy. It's heavy and it's numb. So my girlfriend said, Cheryl, that's signs of a stroke. I said, girl, I ain't having no stroke. You know, we always in denial because we think we're the healthiest thing around. Of course, I try to do my best to be the healthiest. That's what I advocate. So I look it up, and I saw the same thing she saw. So my boss comes over to make sure I'm okay. He says, you good? You all right? I said, yeah, I'm good. He said, Cheryl, I really think you should go to urgent care. I said, where's the urgent care, right? He says, it's literally across the parking lot. It was behind the job. He said, you can walk over there if you wanted to. Of course, I didn't have a car at the time. I still don't have a car at the time. So if I need to get around, my daughter drives me around, or I take an Uber. So I go over to urgent care, and I call my daughter as I'm on my way over there. And as I call my daughter while I'm over there, I still feeling the same, still a little fatigued. I was letting her know I'm going to urgent care because I'm really, really tired. I don't know why I'm so tired. Well, having a stroke, you tend to lose oxygen in the brain, okay? So I just kept yawning all day, all while I was on my way to work, all while I was at work, all while I was on my way to the urgent care. So I get to the urgent care. I call my daughters, and I call my friend that lives out here in Arizona with me. I tell the receptionist that I'm experiencing a heavy arm. I said, my arm is really heavy. I don't have any tingling. I don't have any of that. And, you know, can I see a nurse? At least to take my blood pressure to see what's going on. And whether I should go to the ER or go see a doctor, what have you. Well, the receptionist told the nurse my symptoms that I was having. She said she needs to go to the ER immediately. I was like, without even checking me? She said, yeah, but okay, in order for us to check you, we need to check you in, and there's a payment just to see the nurse. At that time, it was $100. I was like, you gonna charge me $100 just to tell me to go to the ER? I said, no, thank you. I'll just go to the ER. So again, I let my friend know where I was going. I called my daughter, let them know where I was going, gave them the address and everything. And I called an Uber to take me to the ER. So as I go to the ER, as I wait for the Uber, you know, I'm sitting there talking to my daughter. I'm talking to my friend, let me know this is where I'm getting ready to go in case something happens between where I'm at the urgent care, between the urgent care and the ER. This is what I'm getting ready to do based on what's going on. So I get the Uber, finally comes around. My daughter said, just call me when you get to the ER so you can let me know what's going on. And I did. So I'm riding to the ER. Everything is fine. I get to the ER, guys. Listen, I check in, tell them my symptoms. They saw me immediately. They need to take my blood because I didn't look well. I didn't look well at all. I walked into the ER now. I walked over to the urgent care and I walked into my job at work. So I get there, they take my blood pressure, and then this is what I said to them. I said, please give me a full diagnosis. Please don't give me the typical Black woman over 50 diagnosis. Give me a full diagnosis of what's going on so we can make sure we do what we need to do if I need to stay here. Well, they took my weight and they took my blood pressure. My blood pressure, y'all, I've never had this before in my life. My blood pressure was 228 over 117. I'll never forget that number. I was like, geez, that's a stroke or something. So I called my daughter and told her, I called my friend and told him, and then I called my other girlfriend that's in Texas and told her. She said, damn, 228 over 117? Your blood pressure normal is 120 over 80. Mine was 228 over 117. Here I am thinking it's from the activity, from walking, because prior to me seeing the doctor, I ended up walking to Walgreens just to give me a few snacks because I didn't know if I was going to be there for a while. So I got me something because those vending machines at the hospital were ridiculous. They were ridiculously expensive. I wasn't doing that. So they ended up checking me in. And when they finally checked me in, I get into one of the emergency rooms, and the doctor comes over and sees everything. And they said, well, we're going to get you an EKG, check your heart, and we're going to do an MRI. Called my daughter, told them everything that I was getting ready to do. Well, they finally found the time because obviously I came when it was busy that weekend. I think it was on a Thursday. All this happened April 4th, 2024. I don't know if that was on Thursday or not. Well, when they finally got a chance to get me into a CAT scan and get an MRI, and the results finally came back, this has been a couple hours now. So the doctor gets the results and he comes into the room with me. And I noticed when I call my daughter, I don't have an iPhone, I have a Google Meet. So when she saw me, she said part of my face was drooped. She said this side was drooped down. So she took a picture of us while we were on the phone together. So when the doctor came in, he said, Cheryl, you're lucky to be here. I'm like, really? You're lucky to be here? I'm lucky to be here. And so he says, you're lucky to be here. So they take a CAT scan of me and told me, the doctor told me, he had to give me something to bring my blood pressure down. With some medicine. I took a picture of the medicine, sent it to my daughter. My oldest daughter is very detailed. She asks a lot of questions about a lot of things. And he said, you had a lot of dark spots on the right hemisphere of your brain, according to the MRI and the CAT scan. Your heart looks fine because when you have a stroke, that impacts your heart as well. They don't want you to go into what is called AFib. So I think it's artery or arterial fibrillation, if I'm saying that right. So the doctor said I had multiple mini strokes on the right side of my brain, which impacted my left side. So whatever happens on the right side of the brain, it impacts the opposite side of the body. He says, how long have you been feeling this numbness in your arm? I said, it was last week, but I didn't think of it. I thought I slept on my arm the wrong way. How you sleep on your arm for a long period of time, you wake up and it's kind of numb. I didn't think anything of it, but I was telling him what I was doing that morning. I kept dropping everything. He said, "You are lucky to be here. You're really lucky to be here." So he says, "We're going to keep you. We're going to check in." He said, "You had multiple mini strokes on the right side of your brain." I said, "I had a stroke?" He said, "You had several of them. There were many strokes. They are in different spots in the brain." And I was like, "Who?" I was like, "Who? Who are you talking about, me?" You know, I was in denial because I couldn't believe I had a stroke. Me. Not Miss Health and Fitness. Not Miss Bodybuilder. Not Miss stay in the gym 5-6 days a week. Not any of that. But I have to tell you another time how other factors played a part in this, causing me to have stress and high blood pressure and things like that. I'll talk to you guys about that another time. I may or may not. I don't know. But it took them all night. My friend came to visit me at the hospital. It took them all night to figure out whether they're going to, not all night to figure out, but all night to find me a room. He wasn't letting me go home. He said, "No, you need to stay here. We need to keep you for observation." Well, I finally get a room. And I called my daughter, let him know. I said, "I'm checking in. They're going to keep me here because my blood pressure was too high and they want to monitor me." So as I'm on the phone, I'm like this on the phone with my daughter, like, "I wish you were here." My daughter lives in Chicago. And the reason I want her to be there because I know she would ask questions. She would be there. And I felt like I was in a vulnerable state, that I'm having a stroke, but I need somebody to be here with me. I just felt safer with my daughter. Then she said, I know, I'm working on trying to get a ticket there, Ma. I'll be there. She eventually came. So there's going to be a part 2 to this because I don't want to make this video too long. I'll make a part 2 to it, okay? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on this video. And I will make a part 2 to this video because, again, I don't want to make this too long.